Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pits of Motor Chaos. This is your host, Dave. I got line special guest, the Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stock driver, Josh Parks. How you doing, Josh?
Pretty good. How about yourself, Dave?
Not bad at all. So, so how you doing with the COVID-19 and protests and all this stuff going on in the world these days?
Well, I ain't part of any of them protests right now. I've been working too much, but other than that, staying healthy, family's healthy, everything's going pretty good by me. Yeah, it's kind of weird. That thing going on kind of screw up our schedule starting out this year. I mean, we had a lot of nice weather that we could have been running, but, it is what it is.
Yeah, then your first event, you guys got a little bit in, then you got rained out.
Yeah, it was kind of a rush. We got I only had one guy with me that day. Rolled in a little bit later than usual. Got a test hit in. Got one run in, and then, if you were there, that storm came in kind of nasty, and that was it. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, someone, I forgot, from one of the other classes over there, they were telling me they might have called it a little bit too early.
Well, it was weird. We got done with that first round and started cooling out the car off, getting everything ready to go. Second run, and we all decided, okay, it was probably time to load. And just as we got the car in, it kind of started letting go a little bit. Probably, 10 minutes later, I think we were getting dumped on the way back home that we were going.
Yeah. Now this Saturday, the group's running, but you will not be running, right?
That is correct. Yeah, we got one of my fellow teammates, Hannah Fleischman, is getting married. So there's going to be a few of us gone for that. My father's car, the Red Rat, had an issue. So how it was going to work is he was going to hop in my car, so we'd still have a decent turnout. But once again, it's going to be pending weather.
Yeah, right now it looks like rain's supposed to be Saturday.
Yeah, I think they were, last time I heard, like 80%, which, go figure, now that we can actually get out and have some fun, now the weather ain't going to help out.
Yeah. Well, I know, I think a couple of the other pro stock guys from Bob Marley's group were supposed to come out this Saturday.
Yeah, it was good. We ran with them guys last year. I think it was Labor Day race, and that was awesome, man. They got some sweet cars in the group, and it was really fun having, we had close to like 18 or 20 cars or something like that. It was good. It was fun. Them guys are good stuff.
Yeah, they said it was a huge Nostalgia Pro Stock field that day, weekend.
Yeah, it was good.
So, how did you get into drag racing, Josh? From your dad?
Yeah, actually, it's a little different story than most. I didn't grow up around the racetrack, at least Drake Strip. I actually hadn't even been to a Drake Strip until I was 10 when my father took me out to the Winter Nationals down out in Pomona. And that obviously was awesome, but that was kind of an eye-opener from what you see on TV and whatnot. So
Yeah.
to be there and experience it, and you'd go Huff Nitro and all that good stuff was definitely different. But growing up, my father always had classics, a lot of muscle cars, did a lot of car shows. Never really in, like I said, the drag racing portion of it. And kind of out of a weird deal, acquired a Pro Street Nova. Decided, hey, we should probably take it down to the track. Went down there, he got hooked. And then after he got the car kind of set up, he was like, hey, you want to come down and try it out? So, sure, come out, hang out, got in the car, and man, it was a rush, and I guess the rest is kind of history. I probably didn't start, I'm trying to think how old this would be, age, so 24, 25, somewhere around there. Because I didn't have a car for the first year, and we found me a third-gen Camaro, and that was it, man. Then it was on.
Wow. So how long has your dad been racing?
He had only started, at least at the track, about a year prior to that, so I think he's been going about 9 or 10 years now. Wasn't racing. He had this 63 Nova, like 355 with a blower, and went like 12 something, and he was like, that ain't good enough, and then he kind of started getting heavy into it, and So we've been going strong. We started with the Gassers, the Midwest Gassers.
Right.
Ran like 2 years with them, and then got hooked up in Dan Manis's group, and it's been a blast. So he's been there 3 years, 4 years, something like that, with the pro stocks, and I think this will be my third season, I believe. Can't remember, man. It all blurs together.
Yeah, you got a great bunch of drivers in that group.
Yeah, we got some good ones. We got Kelly, and it was kind of we had Tyler Shenik. Him and I always used to get up on the wheel when we were racing each other when I had my Nova. And then he was running a Ricky Smith tribute car, and obviously Dan's car is pretty wicked, and my dad. Dennis, we get some new faces. I think this year we lost a couple guys, unfortunately.
Yeah, Tyler went to the Wise Guys, huh?
Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, he's moving up. But the Sheniks are a great family. Chris obviously knows what he's doing. Tyler's an awesome driver. He's cool watching, but it's kind of a bummer not having him there to run against. He would smoke me anyways right now, so I guess it ain't too bad. But.
Yeah, and you got Kelly Dill.
Yep. Yeah, she's always a monster in that pink Pinto. Yeah, we got some good people. We enjoy racing. We're a good group. I mean, we all get along really well. Everybody helps. If you need something. Yeah, man, it's been great. It's a blessing. They're a great group of people.
Yeah, a lot of food.
Oh yeah, man. That's one thing that we always try to do is on event days, everybody brings in something like a big old potluck, and we got Kelly's dad normally grilling. Chef Bob is what I call him, but we get everything going, and then everybody sits down and talk crap to each other and eat, and it's like a family atmosphere, like a big old cookout. It's fun.
Yep. So now, like, you watched Winter Nationals when you're younger and all that stuff. Do you have any people that inspired you from the NHRA?
Well, I always liked. It sounds funny. I know a lot of people like the rails and the funny cars, all the nitro guys. I always love watching the pro stock cars. Even like when Warren Johnson was still racing back. That would have been like mid-'90s, obviously. That's when I kind of started watching it. But I just like the fact, it sounds goofy, but I love the sound of the cars, and I love watching them bang gears. Like, to me, that is more of an actual car than the rail or the funny cars. And it's nothing against rails or the flip-top bodies and stuff. That's awesome, and you got to have some pretty nasty intestinal fortitude to drive those cars. But I always just love the pro stock stuff. And even though I'm not banging gears like that, all of our stuff, well, at least everything I've been running has been automatic. But I don't know, man. That's kind of where it started. But I was probably the professor, and Jack Coughlin, everybody when I was younger. I mean, you just knew the big names.
Yeah, you get some of these people out there nowadays. They say, "Oh, your pro stocks automatic." That's not a real nostalgia pro stock.
Right. Well, I think most people. I mean, guys in the race world understand how much money is involved on if you're going to do a Lenko or a Liberty. I mean, that's some serious coin. You already got a ton of money in the car, but ain't nothing cheap when you start getting to that, category, those type of speeds and whatnot.
Yeah. So now your pro stock, what is the make of that car?
Well, so the deal was I was running the 70 Blue Yanko, which we had sold to Tom Williams, and he ran it a little bit with the group last year. And I had actually switched over to a 2017 Copo Camaro, which is it's a 350 supercharged, so it'd be a factory super stock. And the plan is what we want to do. Dan Manis also has a 14 Cobra Jet, and he has got a driver by the name of Jackie Cannon who's going to run that car. And her and I, the deal is going to be we're going to do the normal Nostalgia Pro Stock cars, and then it's going to be Cobra Jet versus Copo, and we're going to try to get that group going as well around here, so we can get some more of those superstock cars to come down, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I'm driving. It's a yellow, like I said, a yellow 2017 Copo Camaro.
Nice. Then the blue one you were driving, what kind of car is that one?
That was the 70 Nova. It had a 588 rear Morrison in it. It was a pretty consistent 890 car. Never weighed it, but old. It was old, but it was fun. That thing, 60 footed like 130s consistent, and it should have been a bracket car, to be honest with you. I mean, it didn't matter what you did. Depending on temperature, obviously, if it was a really hot, humid day, it might slow down a little bit. But it was going to be high 880s, low 890s.
So what was the best GT you'd had with that car?
With that one, 885, like 152, something like that.
Was that was at the Grove?
It was at the Grove, yep. Yeah, I had one night. Every time I ran that car, it was fairly humid. We didn't get too many cool, dry nights. Had one day where it was probably, well, at least I should say at night, probably mid-50s and the air was dry. And unfortunately, Union had an issue with the timing lights, and I never got a time. But man, it felt like it was on a run. But we'll never know.
So what's been one of your most memorable runs with the Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stocks?
Well, so far, at least my favorite run, myself and Tyler Shenik, like I said, we always got up on the wheel for each other. We had ran at Union, and we were fairly close. His car was a little bit quicker. But long story short, had an awesome side-by-side race. And Tyler went 005 green, and I went 001 red. And when we got to the stripe, he ran 6/1000ths of a second quicker than me. Considered I had left 6/1000ths of a second earlier than he did, even though it didn't count for nothing since I went red. We got out and we were just laughing and talking crap back and forth to each other until we seen the slip, and it was like, man, he got me one more time, But it was a good time, man. I love the close races, but all right, we're just there to have fun, and we normally do.
So how many times have you raced with your dad?
Let's see. Even going way back before I got into the gases or anything, I've probably been against them, I don't know, probably 12, 15 passes, and 0-12 or 0-15. Old man ain't ever going to let me beat him.
Wow.
It's fun, though. It's good. I mean, when the Red Rat, his car at Vega, it's a Red Vega, and it's, like I said, it had a motor issue, but he's normally an 820, 830 car with that. So, when you're an 880 car, you ain't going to beat him. So, it's just kind of joke whoever just gets off the line first, and then from there, it's pretty much over. I mean, I hang with him for the first, say 150, 200 feet, and then it's pretty much game over from there,
Yeah.
It's still fun, though. I mean, it's cool. It's good for, we got some awesome photographers, if it's Bill Swanson or Boomer down at the track, or Rusty or Alan, all them guys, every once in a while we get some cool shots, and whenever the time comes and we're done racing, it'll be pretty cool to look back and see, tell my son, hey, this is, your grandfather and I racing each other. Hopefully we can keep that kind of going as he grows up, though.
So how old is your son?
He'll be 2 on the 25th of this month.
Yeah, hopefully maybe he'll become a drag racer.
Yeah, we're working on it. He likes to teach him the difference between Novas and Chevelles and Corvettes. And sometimes he's really good, and other times, no idea. He's just out there in La La Land. But, he, like I said, he's 2, so he'll usually next cars race. I got the attention span of a gnat, so we don't do it very often or very long. But I will say this, though. When my wife was pregnant and she was coming to the track, hanging around the cars, got the vibrations. So after he was born, brought him down. I think the first time we went to a track, we ended up at Byron, and he was 6 weeks, 7 weeks old, something like that, had earmuffs, everything good to go. Down at the track, man, he's sleeping the whole time. Nothing didn't wake him up, didn't scare him enough, and it was awesome. So, I think we had a little gearhead in the making.
Yeah, there could be a future junior dragster. You never know.
Yeah, wife was already asking me how much that's going to cost us. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll, he'll do whatever he wants to do, but it'd be pretty sweet.
So now, Josh, if you could have the fans remember one thing about you, what would you want that to be?
And just, I was like having fun. Never really wanted to, get too serious about it. I mean, everybody should be there to have a good time, and hopefully if they remember me as just fun, easygoing dude, and just enjoyed having everybody come down to watch us,
Yeah, I know you guys always have a good time coming back down the return road, but having that return road that goes right past the fans at the Grove.
Yeah, it's sweet. I mean, a lot of people, you never really know, like when you're waving, if they really care, but I'll tell you what, fans on there are pretty awesome. I mean, if you're waving and you're back, unless they're not paying attention, but it's, it's good, man. It's fun.
Yeah. So tell me something, Josh. How was the first time experience that you ever, the first time you ever went down a drag strip in your life? How was that for you?
Well, it's a little different. Before I actually hopped in the car, I went down to ZMAX Raceway and went to the Roy Hill Drag Racing School. And so you show up, Roy's like, we got a 95 Thunderbird. It's an all-pro stock car that Mike Bell won the championship in. Hop in the car and run it. And I'm thinking, dude, I don't know nothing about this car. Yeah, I've driven some pretty sweet, street cars and everything, but, man, it's a totally different ballgame. First tube chassis car. It's like, yeah, just hop in and let her go. What the hell are you talking about? So, needless to say, kind of did when I was doing my testing. It was, if I remember correctly, it was 2 8-mile passes, 2,000-foot passes, and then 2 full 1320 passes. First time, and I ain't gonna lie, it kind of startled me a little bit. Wasn't prepared for how the car felt, but after that, it kind of got more comfortable. But man, it was definitely adrenaline dump. I can tell you that. It was something I never felt before. Street cars. I mean, I've been in some pretty decently quick stuff, 700-800 horsepower Chevelles and whatnot, and totally different feel, man. When street cars spin a lot of times, unless you really got it set up. These two chassis pro stock cars, there ain't no spin.
Yeah. So how was your first time experience driving a Nostalgia Pro Stock?
It was awesome. I mean, like I said, I kind of moved up to that point. I can't remember who my first race was against when I joined the group. Probably lost, though, to be honest with you. I'll tell you what, the probably the craziest thing going from the gassers, or if you're just running a regular sportsman tree, you get the countdown. So this was a totally different ball game with the pro tree deal, but just running with them cars. Like I said, I can't remember who I ran with, but regardless, well, I'll tell you this. Whoever it was probably smoked me, and it was probably a whole lot faster car than me, obviously, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, this is going to be a cool group, but man, it's kind of embarrassing when you start getting gapped like that,
Yeah. Now, when you take that pro stock out, how many crew members you have?
So, between obviously me and my dad's team, we roll up. I got 2 guys that help me out. He's got 2 guys that help him out, but then in between the rounds, we're all kind of helping. My car now isn't, even though it's a higher maintenance car, it's not to what some of the guys at the track have to deal with. I mean, my biggest thing is just trying to get the car cool off in between rounds. So, I mean, altogether we'll have both drivers and we'll have at least 4 crew guys with us. And then with our whole team, man, I don't know, there's people everywhere. It's great.
Now the group has a couple new females in the group too, don't they?
Yeah, so that's been racing had been Kelly and Hannah. Kelly Dillon and Hannah Fleischman. Right. And then Jackie Cannon is one of the new drivers this year. Like I said, she'll be running the Cobra Jet for Dan.
Now, isn't there one more girl too, or she's not a driver?
We got Carly, I believe.
Yeah,
that's
that
supposed
one.
To be coming down, and I'm not 100% sure on what's going on there. I know that Dan had brought her on the team as like a helper, like assistant mechanic, that type of stuff. She's going to learn stuff about the cars, learn stuff about the teams, and then we'll see how it goes and how it progresses.
I got you. Now, do you ever get any advice from any of the other drivers in that group?
I think, if I need some advice, I normally go to the Shenix just because we're parked right next to them. But no, we even though we do it for fun, we ain't racing for points or anything like that. In the end, we all try to help each other when we can. But obviously, when the time comes to race, I ain't gonna help them by losing to them unless they're way faster than me. In a race, you see who's gonna win. We go from there.
Now, when you're out there on the track, Josh, do you have any pre-race rituals or superstitions when you're out there?
The only thing I do, I'll say a little prayer when I'm getting ready to get in the burnout box. Like, hey, keep my car together. Don't have me blow out a rear tire or a tire in general at the big end. That type of stuff. Pray for the other driver and for the fans. But I don't really have any rituals. Just say a prayer once before the first run, and then we just go from there, man.
Now, throughout your racing career so far, have you had any accidents or close calls?
No accidents. A couple pucker effects just from, for instance, first time I pulled a chute with a nasty crosswind, that was kind of a pucker effect. I'm trying to think. I've been close to the wall a couple times. Been smart enough to roll out of it, and not try to stay in it and show everybody how much of a bad dude I am as a driver. That's what I see a lot of times with these guys that wreck, and it's not always the case, but a lot of times these guys should have been out of it way before. Just live to race another day, or keep the car together for another race. You ain't gonna win them all, so. And I don't know if it's worth wrecking your car, but no accidents. Like I said, just a couple pucker effects.
Now, what kind of preparation goes in for you to get ready for a weekend of racing?
We'll normally come home and keep all the stuff, all of our trailers, the trucks, the cars, all of our equipment in my dad's shop, and normally we just start out, and it's either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday type of deal. Get the cars cleaned, obviously, because that's a never-ending battle. But get the cars cleaned, fueled, tire pressure. Depend on how much time we have in between races or how many runs we got on the motors, tranny, rear end, stuff like that. If we got a big event coming up and it's been a while, obviously just do the normal maintenance. But get the cars loaded, get everything we need in the trailers, get everything locked up, get the trucks hooked up, and then come Saturday morning or whenever our race is, or depending on where it is, if we got to leave earlier, we just go from there, man. Wake up, get gone.
Now, besides Great Lakes Dragway, do you have any other tracks that you like?
Let's see, been raced in Earlville, Iowa, been to Byron, been to Bunker Hill, US 41 in Indiana, I believe. Kaukauna we go to. Actually it's kind of funny, so potentially going to make a run to Joliet for an event, but that had gotten moved because whatever the stuff with Amazon and whatnot, that event has been moved to St. Louis. But, I mean, I love Union just because of history. Byron's always fun. Any day at any track's awesome as long as you ain't raining. But if I had to pick a nice track that doesn't get a lot of attention, like Earlville down in Iowa. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's pretty sweet. But just got to stick with Great Lakes, man. That's our home track. That's where we like.
Now, did you go with the group when they ran up at Funny Car Chaos out there in Illinois, Central Illinois Dragway?
Yep. That's down in Havana.
Yeah.
And made that track a couple times now. So last year, took the Coco down. Having a hard time getting the car to hook and get it out the hole, which is definitely not great when you're only running 8th mile. But and they loved us down there. They were super cool. There's a lot of cars. And as you go in there, the first time you go to that place, it's the weirdest deal because it's like in the middle of nowhere. You end up like crossing this little hill, and it's like the race cars version of race car drivers' Field of Dreams. Man, there ain't nothing. You cross this hill, and it's a bowl, and there's nothing but cars and people everywhere, man. It's a good time.
Wow. Yeah.
Hotter than hell, though. Man, we were there. It was hot.
So you prefer quarter mile racing, right?
Yeah, I do. I mean, 8th mile is cool now, but just don't have the car set up to be competitive 8th mile.
Now, where do you get all your fire safety equipment from?
Well, I run a lot of Simpson stuff. My father runs a lot of Simpson, so we just stick with the big names.
Now, so far in your drag racing career, have you reached any milestones?
You know, you'd think I'd keep track of how many passes I've run. Maybe once I got to like 100, 150, something like that. But I haven't. So no real milestones. I mean, quickest I've ran so far has been an 8:59 in any one of the cars I've raced. So naturally, that's where the bar's set, and we kind of work our way back and see if we can keep inching her down and see how fast we can go.
All right. Now, outside the sport of drag racing, do you any other hobbies for you?
Yeah, actually, I'm a big pistol shooter, and that kind of reverts back to I went to college for law enforcement and found a passion that I really love shooting. So if we ain't racing and it's not raining, which doesn't really happen a whole lot around here, but if that's the case, then my wife and I would like to go shoot. A little different now that I got a 2-year-old, though, because can't really take them with necessarily, so I got to find somebody to watch them. But yeah, that's my other hobby, which is crazy because both hobbies are expensive, man.
All right, now, have you won many trophies in your racing career?
No, I'd say I haven't, mostly because I don't get into that many big-time races. Don't do a whole lot of bracket racing or money racing. So, and with our group, you know, we don't do awards or anything like that. It's just, like I said, it's all for fun, man.
Now, if you were able to do time traveling and go backwards in time, would you do anything differently with your drag racing career?
Yeah, I would try to convince my dad we should have started earlier. I could go back and maybe start when I was still in high school or something like that. That'd be cool, but you know, it's not how it happens. So I can't complain. I've been very blessed. I got an awesome family that supports it. My dad, I mean, if it wasn't for my father, obviously I wouldn't be doing it. So, and like I said, I mean, between my wife, she supports it, my mom and my dad, I mean, it's great. You know, it's all I really need, obviously.
All right, now out of all the races you've done, do you have a most embarrassing moment?
Yeah, that I do. I had 2 years ago down at Union. Might have been the night of fire race, I think. In between rounds, I decided, for no particular reason, but I was like, man, I should probably see what my fuel is in the car. So whatever, load down a little bit, add some fuel, put the cap on, don't double check nothing. Roll up, do the burnout, rolling through the lights, and it's just dumping fuel everywhere. Turns out, you don't pay attention, you don't get the cap on, you kind of mess it up for everybody else behind you. So, wasn't so much embarrassing, I guess, but kind of more disappointment that, then that was part of the reason why they had to slow down the event, get everything cleaned and prepped, and, you don't ever want to be that guy. I mean, inevitable things happen, but,
Yeah.
it's more of a disappointment, I guess, than embarrassing. Looking back at it, I'm embarrassed because how hard it would have been for me to just double check and make sure my fuel cap was tight. I mean, that's a stupid problem. It happened.
Yep. All right, now I'm gonna ask you a few fun questions here. Now,
Okay.
what is your favorite food to eat?
Ooh. Man, I'm pretty traditionalist, so bacon cheeseburger.
Favorite beverage?
Can't go wrong with a smooth whiskey.
And how about not non-alcoholic beverage?
Non-alcoholic beverage. And Coke, man, old school, just straight up Coca-Cola.
All right. Now, if you and your wife have time to go on vacation, you have a favorite vacation getaway?
Smoky Mountains is always cool. Really enjoy the Badlands, so I would say Badlands.
All
Getting
right.
away from everybody.
All right. Favorite movie of all time?
Ooh, Days of Thunder.
All right. Now,
With the greatest driver of all time, man, Cole Trickle.
when you were growing up as a kid, what was your favorite cartoon to watch?
Ooh, surprisingly, man, I wasn't a big cartoon fan.
Did you
I'd
watch?
be embarrassed to say I was a Power Ranger fan, though, when they first came out.
Did you watch any cartoons?
No, actually, surprisingly not. I'd wake up Saturday mornings, and we'd have, used to be, before Speed, I think it was TNN or whatever, the channel, and I love watching monster trucks. That was my Saturday morning thing. Monster trucks or swamp buggies.
All right. Favorite music?
Southern rock, man. Black Stone Cherry, favorite band.
You like Leonard Skinner?
Hell yeah, who don't like Skinner, man?
Oh, if you like Southern rock, you gotta like Skinner.
That I do. Skinner, let's see.
Molly Hatchet.
There's a. Go ahead.
How about Molly Hatchet?
Don't listen to Molly Hatchet a ton, but
38 Special.
nah, man, I'm a little bit more new school. It's kind of weird. Okay, so Skinner, awesome. And then there's probably a gap. And then I probably hit, I would say, before they kind of went a little bit more mainstream, but Shinedown, more new school stuff, but Black Stone Cherry, Monster Truck, that's an awesome band, even though they're Canadian. They sound more American than half the crap out there today nowadays.
Now, do you listen to any heavy metal music?
Metal's a little bit out of my element, man. I got buddies that do, and just haven't quite got into it yet. I'll listen to it if I'm around to listen, but
Yeah. It goes good with drag racing, man.
maybe I got to start listening to it. Maybe I'll cut off some of my rap songs.
Get you all pumped up with that metal music. Put on some Motley, or you can put on some old hairband music and Motley Crue, like Kickstart My Heart. That'll get you going.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Or Metallica, the song Fuel.
Yeah. Except now you get all these funny memes online about fuel.
Yeah.
That stuff, but
Now, what's your biggest pet peeve?
ooh. deal. People chewing with their mouth open, man. That bugs the hell out of me.
Like a cow.
Yeah. Well, some of the people up here that are chewing, you swear they might be a cow. But just people and how inconsiderate they are. Or if you're looking right at them, and you're just chomping away, and you're like, man, are you serious right now?
Hear that loud smacking?
Oh, God. Yeah, I think there's like a phobia or something. Yeah, there's like an actual medical, terminology for it, but I don't know, it just pisses me off.
Yeah. So now when you're at the track on race day, for you, do you eat light and wait till the races are done, or do you eat regularly at the races?
I probably eat light, to be honest with you. A lot of times it depends. Like, fall and summer races, if they're a little bit cooler, it's not a big of a deal. But, man, when it's hot, I don't really want to be filling up, because then you just feel like dog crap the whole time. And spend more time drinking fluids, trying to stay hydrated than eating. So, but I would still in there and say light.
Now, if you weren't doing drag racing, you have any idea what you'd be doing?
Probably pissing a lot of money away, shooting, buying guns.
All right, now what's been your fondest memories of your whole racing career so far?
Sound corny, but just getting to spend time with my dad anytime we're together. More of like bonding moments and stuff. Like I said, I know it sounds corny, but
yeah, I thought you were gonna say No, what I thought you were going to say is that anytime I go down the track with my dad, that's the fondest memory for you.
Well, yeah, or I'll be watching the back of his car. That ain't a fond memory, man.
Yeah.
You watch that, Like, all right, hey, Dad, they're going really good. I'm like, all right, we'll see you later at about 8th mile. I'm like, man, this was fun, But, no, I mean, it's cool lining up against them and run, but it's just, I don't know, man, just cool hanging with the family.
Man, drag racing's all one big family.
Hell yeah, man, it's great. I've got a lot of friends now. I think they'll be lifelong friends. Hopefully, lifelong friends. Just being down at the track. I still got my friends outside of the track and racing. But actually, it's kind of crazy. This year, I got actually my best friend who joined the team with me. So now that we're running, he's coming down and helping out. So, I mean, that's always cool. It's a kid I grew up with, been best friends for a long time. So, I mean, it's just cool when you can get people involved and you start networking. And like I said, man, it's like one big family.
Now, how important do you think it is for kids to come out and watch drag racing?
Oh, man, it's huge. We love having them there, but we gotta find a way to keep them interested, to keep the sport alive, especially at some of the smaller regional tracks. Those new kids you got coming in, from what I see, they all love it, man. I mean, boys, girls, it don't matter. They look like they're all having a great time. Just got to keep them, focus on it, and to keep working hard, man. They can be doing it one day too,
Yeah, they're the future of the sport.
Yeah, we got to keep it alive. So that's we got to get them interested.
Now, do you throw a lot of kids in the seat of the car in the pits?
Yeah, if they come over, I mean, we sign autographs and stuff, and we definitely offer it to them. Kids love getting in my dad's car. I got more grown dudes wanting to crawl into my car, so I don't know, but it's good either way. We just, without the fans, it'd be really kind of boring. We'd just be doing it for our own personal satisfaction at that point.
Yeah, I noticed that group does a lot for kids in the pit area all the time. Yeah,
between posters, shirts, whatever. I mean, we like having them around. We like having them, show interest. And if we can get them interested in that, I mean, we had some kids that came up from, I think, somewhere down in Illinois that might have been troubled youth and whatnot, and you can get them focused on something like that, keep eyes on the prize, might be able to help them out in their day-to-day life stuff. Not to say we, but that's what we hope.
Yeah. So, well, Josh, are you gonna be running at the Night of Fire on July 3rd?
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Like I said, Hannah's wedding's going on the 20th, even though the weather looks a little tricky this weekend, but definitely we'll be there for the Night of Fire. We're gonna try running out every event after. We got Night of Fire, then we got one, I believe the 18th of July, then we got August 15th, then we got the Memorial Day race, and I think we finish up September 19th.
Yep. Well, Josh, I want to thank you very much for taking time to do an interview tonight.
Man, I appreciate you calling and having me on, man. It's a good time.
No problem. I like to promote all you guys as best as I can anyways.
Oh, yeah, man, we appreciate it. We just like what you're doing for the sport too, bud, and go Trump.
Go Trump, yep. And if anyone wants to find out where Josh is going to be at, you can go on the Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stock Association on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
There's a group and there's a like page.
That's right. Follow us on Facebook and come have fun.
Yep. So any last words, Josh? Thank yous or anything you want to do?
No, I just once again, thanks for having me on, and hope to see you all down at the track.
Awesome. Well, you have a great night, Josh. Thanks again.
Hey, have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.